Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. I'm out here with my good friend Jacob, driving around here around Cedar Grove is where we're near, and we found this bar ditch here, but it's got something really interesting, really cool that I did not expect. Neither did Jacob. We were just amazed when we saw it. Let me show it to you. Wait for it. There's a trailer. There's a boat. There's an abandoned boat and trailer down here. Check it out. See that trailer right there and the boat? It looks like it's been here a while. This is fairly deep for most of the bar ditches that are in this area. This has got to be the deeper one, and you can see fish from up here. So we're gonna see what all we can catch here. I just brought bass gear. Jacob has a bunch of different other gear, so we'll be able to come at this a couple different ways, see what we can get. As soon as he's over here, I'm gonna see if I can get down on this boat and fish from it, unless there's While I'm waiting for Jacob to come over here, I'm gonna start throwing a June bug Cinco. There's a lot of fish. Do you see them? Looks like mullet. There's a big school of them right there. So Jacob finally got over here. He is going at this a little different than me. He's looking for panfish under the cork on a jig head. He just had a takedown too. He might catch a fish before me. My boat is trying to go. It's trying to get away from me. I better get down there on it. At least now I can see that there's not a 9-foot alligator hanging out on the back of it. Trying to see if that is soft. Look at this. The bottom is soft. We're on the boat. Thank you, sir. As you can see right there, it is definitely a Ranger fiberglass boat. Now, we found another echo chamber. It's in Louisiana this time. There was a spot in Texas I fished a lot when I was recently there that we nicknamed the echo chamber. So for fiberglass boats, this is a common fate. They get abandoned and you'll find them floating around places or washed up high on a bank. Sometimes you find a lot floating around in the ocean in certain places. I have seen quite a few over the years in Louisiana, especially down here in Southeast Louisiana. This one comes with a trailer over here, so maybe it was dumped. All right, let's check it out. Looks really soft back there. Of course, the motor is gone. There's nothing really on this boat that would be worth anything. Steering wheel is gone. The seats are here, but they're garbage. There's a garden right here with a pond, water feature in the garden. That is super soft, so we're not going there. We might just stay on the front of the boat because it looks pretty bad back there. Yeah, you're right. So when I first saw this, my plan was to hop off this down onto it, but then I kept thinking, I might just end up going straight through that fiberglass. And hold on. I left this Cinco just laying out, and all of a sudden the rod tip was going that way. I think something was floating and grabbed the line. Yeah, you're right. So I found a safer way to get on it. Pretty cool. It's a shame that it's here because it's just floating garbage, really. Oh well, let's do some fishing from it. I have no idea where these culverts go. They go for quite a ways. There's got to be fish hiding out back there because it's nice and shady. I'm trying to turn the trolling motor on. It's a hand crank. Look at this. I brought the boat over to the trailer. You knew what I was doing, right? I'm gonna check it out. Look, the tires are gone. I'm pretty sure this is the trailer that the boat came on, unless someone dumped the boat, then the trailer. I doubt it. It looks like a total dump job to me. What did you say?
The boat's from 2003.
It's a 2003?
It's got still got the registration on the side of it.
Oh, really? The registration's still on it. 2003. You know, a lot of these boats showed up after Katrina because of the hurricane, but this one, who knows when it showed up, when it got abandoned. What did I hit? I found the light at the end of the tunnel. That's where the tunnel ends, where the light is. Oh. There's some fish back there too. The wind is picking up, so I do not want to end up the creek without a paddle, because I don't have a paddle. So I'm going to try to tie off a little bit, do a really lazy tie off, just wrap around. I bet you anything that some of you people are thinking, or even commenting down in the comments section, that I should just file for abandonment of title. Let me tell you something. Long time ago, that was easy. You really just can't do that anymore. Who would want to do that with this particular boat? But there are a lot of unregistered, untitled boats out there for sale that you just can't do anything with. There's a lot of states these days where you can't get a title for a boat if there's no title at all. You can't register it. You can't file for abandonment of title. They've made it really, really difficult. And it's all about trying to crank down on people stealing boats. But boats just generally do get abandoned, or titles get lost. Maybe you could use the boat on private property, but this boat is too far gone to even try. Because some states, they get a bunch of hoops and they set them on fire and they say jump through them, and you know, there might be 50 or 1 trillion hoops on fire, and someday, eventually, maybe you get a title. Yeah, when you're on Craigslist and you see some little boat and they call it a pond hopper, it's usually because it has no title, and they're just using it for a pond on their private property. Nobody's going to come out there and bother you on your private pond whether or not your boat is titled or registered.
Because they had a flatboat I wanted to buy. It was $200, right?
$200. That sounds like a deal, huh?
It still had the registration on the side, but the lady tells me that Grandpa passed away, so I called Wildlife and Fisheries, and the lady says right off the bat, nope, you can't do nothing with it.
Even if she had the title, if it's not in her name, she can't sell it to you.
Nope.
Goodbye, abandoned Ranger boat. Sorry that happened to you. Well, not really, but I'm sorry that you got left here. So, you guys remember early on when I wanted to test the fiberglass to see if I could stand on it, and I used this? Well, notice how that matches the boat. And if you look down here, well, it's all gone. It floated down into the culvert, but there's actually other pieces of wood down there with the same carpet on it. I think that this probably got abandoned fairly recently, maybe within the last few months, 6 months maybe at the most. And the stuff growing on it could have already been growing on it. Someone probably got sick of this being in their yard or whatever, who knows. But I definitely think that it was abandoned here, because that wood that I used, I got right up here where you park. So they probably just dumped it right off of here. Well, I'll tell you what, the fishing's not very good right here. It is in the middle of the day. There is a lot of mullet or gizzard shad around and some sunfish, but we haven't had any bites. We're gonna go over here this way, because the culvert goes a long ways that way, and we've been hearing crashes, and I looked down there and I watched, and it looks like they're crashing more towards that end. So this might just be a long conversation about an abandoned boat. It's kind of interesting though, but come on, one last ditch effort to put a fish in this video. Let's see what's over here let's go find the light at the end of the tunnel. This is one of the easiest way to put fish in a video. Actually, there's a lot of either gizzard shad or mullet. This looks like a bad place to throw a cast net, but we think there's some places where we can throw it if we pull it really fast, but there's a lot here and we want to know if it's gizzard shad or mullet, and we can use the bait later. He can use it for cats where he lives, and I could do the same if we can get a lot. But let's just see what we can get. There's a bunch right here going in a circle. They're just swimming and pooping. Cool, no snags, no fish. I did one cast and we got what was down there. We got the bait. It is gizzard shad. Look at the size of that. Let's get it out and show it to you. I was thinking mullet, but you were right, Jacob. A bunch of big gizzard shad hanging around. He's just swimming in circles and pooping. You can see the poop clouds as they swim by. They're not looking too healthy. Look at that, all tore up. All right, that's one bait. The other end of that culvert, he's somewhere in there, and that is a jungle. I'm not going in there. So just a little video about an abandoned boat and one gizzard shad. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.